Hi there. Amid charges and counter-charges flying thick and fast, the Tirupati Laddu Rao has become as big as the Laddu itself. In fact, in this edition of This Is Exclusive, we're going to get you some elements around this story which you would not see anywhere else. Let me get you the headlines first.
Presented by Royal Global University, Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
Tirupati Laddu Rao explodes. Jagan responds to scathing allegations by Andhra CM, accuses Naidu of using God as a political tool.
This is animal fat, fish oil, and of course amount of beef, fat, and pig fat, fish oil. Elements of both these things are there. All these three.
Pawan Kalyan expresses shock over Tirupati Laddu Rao, expresses concern as well over animal fat in the sacred Laddu Prasad. Former RG Car Principal Sandeep Ghosh and Tala Police Station SHO Abhijit Mondal's CBI custody extended to September 25. Odisha Police under fire as Army officers fiancé alleges harassment and assault in custody. Biker killed after collision with SUV in Gurugram, driver arrested and later released on bail.
Presented by Royal Global University, Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
All right, before we go to the exclusive elements of the Tirupati Prasadam Laddu story, let's get a breaking news development for you, which is coming in from the war hotspot of the Middle East. We're getting reports that the Israeli Defense Forces have carried out a targeted strike inside Lebanon, in fact, in Beirut, the capital. And while details are still awaited, remember, this is coming on the back of Operation Beeper, which saw thousands of pagers and then walkie-talkies exploding. And in fact, the operation has led to the death of over 40 and thousands of Lebanese injured. Israel claims those were targeted at Hezbollah terrorists, and no other civilian was injured. In fact, Operation Beeper was carried out keeping in mind specific targeting of the Hezbollah operatives who have been using civilians as human shields while operating out of southern Lebanon. And now Israel carries out a strike right inside Beirut. And these are pictures coming in clearly showing that this seems like a targeted strike aimed at one of the military targets that Israel keeps a list of post the October 7 Hamas attack, which killed 1,200 Israelis in southern Israel. And these are pictures of that targeted strike carried out by Israel. Remember, there was this fear that after Israel eliminated Ismail Haniyeh inside Tehran, there would be an escalation in the Middle East, which has already been hot for a year now. But it seems that Israel has been walking 2 steps ahead. And with Operation Beeper, it has immobilized Hezbollah and thousands of its operatives in a preemptive strike, and now following it up with more targeted strikes inside Lebanon in Beirut this time. All right, coming back to our special focus in this edition of This Is Exclusive, the Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam Laddu Rao. In fact, Republic's Aneri spoke to a senior official in the Devasthanam Trust, and he said that it seems the adulterated ghee was supplied by contracted AR Dairy Food Limited. He also said that, and I quote, "We have found animal fat in the adulterated ghee, which was distributed by AR Dairy Foods Limited." Let's listen into the TTD official who spoke to Aneri earlier.
It has vegetable fat, It doesn't mean that it doesn't have animal fat, but the animal fat that has come as an admixture, it took some time for us to interpret that. What is that S value? So many, you will be confused. By that day, I didn't have that expertise. We consulted experts later on, and then we found that it has an animal fat also. So it took some time. As I said, I have to be guided by, I'm a journalist, I have to be guided by experts. We don't have an expertise. We don't have expertise on that. So we took some time to understand the report, especially the annexure 1 part, which is very clear now. So we took some time to understand what is that test and all that. That's why I couldn't inform that day. But we have started the legal process, whatever is required, what are the corrective steps required, everything has been done. I can tell you that from that time onwards I have been hearing. So we have taken action, and also before I joined, just before joining, I called an Honorable CM, he also stated. And he said in the recent before press also he said.
All right, it seems according to this official, AR Dairy Private Limited, which supplied the ghee, perhaps ended up supplying adulterated ghee because they quoted lowest bid of just rupees 319 per kilogram, and at that lower price, perhaps they had no option but to adulterate the ghee. That seems to be the conclusion. Moving on, another breaking news development, Tirupati Prasad Rao. We have Nara Lokesh of the TDP, who is making a direct charge at the YSRCP, saying that they fooled the people and perhaps they were in cahoots with this private supplier or contractor of the ghee or the oil that goes into the making of the Prasadam Laddu. Let's listen into Nara Lokesh. He spoke to Aneri earlier in the day.
Joining us right now is Andhra Pradesh Minister Nara Lokesh with us. Sir, we see a massive controversy over the Tirumala Laddu, where we also see the report where fish oil and beef was also found in that report is what there's this saying. What do you have to say, because the opposition party denies these allegations?
I find it quite foolish that they deny these allegations. Two, it's not allegations. It's based on evidence. If you look at it, in the last 5 years of the erstwhile government, we've always told that the size of the laddu has become small, there is no quality, and everything, all the prices have gone up, where the common pilgrim is not able to reach the Lord. And I've always said this. In my Padayatra I said it, I tweeted about it, and my tweets are still out there. So we have nothing to hide. We've been saying this from day one. And today it came out to be true. So as soon as this government came in, we immediately sent the ghee for testing, because there are a lot of feedback that the quality was not there, and startling facts came out, and we put the facts in front of the public. Now, why are they so scared about it? I think they should accept the fact that yes, mistakes have happened, and we're sorry. But it's very sad to see the audacity with which they're trying to defend it.
Findings of fish oil, beef in such a sacred temple where thousands of people visit, it is hurt. Is it not hurting the sentiments of the Hindus who visit Tirumala temple on daily basis? We see top priest, many shias also coming out demanding that there should be a thorough probe into this matter.
No, there will be a thorough probe into this matter, no second thoughts. But at the same time, as a government, we don't believe in hiding things. I think we have to accept whatever fact is a fact. So we have accepted it. We said this is the reality. Because unless we don't know what the reality is, how are we going to solve the problem or where the problem is? So we wanted to improve the quality. The EO went about doing his job, and starting things came out. And we're going to take action on this, and we're not going to let anyone get away.
During Jagan's government, Nandini Ghee, which was supplying the ghee for all of these years, that company was not given the contract, whereas some other company from Chennai-based company was given the contract, and that particular company itself is saying that they haven't done anything. They have not done anything wrong as well. Adulteration is what they say.
Well, the reports speak for themselves, right? The NDDB report. Are we going to now sit and question NDDB? So tomorrow if some other, like Amul or someone gives a report, will we question Amul's report? A report is a report. And we're going to take very firm action on this subject. It's a matter of fact that there has been some form of adulteration. Traces have been found. Definitely it hurts everyone's sentiment.
Jagan Mohan Reddy held a press conference just some time back. He says that there's no adulteration which was found, whereas Chandrababu Naidu, the chief minister, is trying to politicize the religious matter just to hide their failures of 100 days of governance. And also they say that they have followed all the rules and regulations. They have rejected the parameters which were not met 18 times during their regime, is what Jagan Mohan Reddy has to say.
So is he questioning the NDDB report? I mean, I don't think the former CM understands what NDDB is. It's very unfortunate we had that kind of a chief minister. He was away from reality because he was always in the air. He was never on the ground. He never met people. He never understood issues. See, all of you have gone to Tirumala. You've been spending the last 2 days here. Please ask all the pilgrims. They will say. A lot of videos have come out stating that, quality has improved substantially. In the past, the size was small. It used to not taste right. It used to smell weird. But now quality has improved. And everyone's accepting this. The pilgrims themselves are accepting this. And what more evidence does he want?
What sort of inquiry will be taken up? Because many of them have been demanding CBI probe into this matter.
No, first of all, right now, the reports have come to us. Definitely the Honorable Chief Minister will take firm action on this. We will not leave any of the culprits. Subsequently, we will legally also take this to a logical conclusion.
Jagan Mohan Reddy, YSRCP, has moved to court. They have requested the court that there should be a sitting judge or a committee should be formed to inquire into this particular allegation levelled by the Chief Minister. And also the High Court has said that High Court has asked them to file a PIL. Would you also be going a legal way if this moves forward?
I mean, he goes the PIL route, I actually have to do my job. There's going to be a thorough inquiry. Why is he so worried? After thorough inquiry only the report came out, na? So I don't think he understands S values. I don't think he even read the report because he doesn't have a phone evidently. I mean, he's one of the very interesting human beings that doesn't use a smartphone in this generation. So I don't think he read. So, whatever you got or whatever reports we have, all of us read and then we have a dialogue over it. I don't think he has a clue on what's happening in the outside world. So the reports are very clear. We're definitely going to take action on it. And CM will definitely, I believe, CM will order an inquiry on the subject soon.
All right, Aneri, in fact, who spoke to Nara Lokesh earlier, is joining us live. Aneri, let's try to understand. You have been there on the ground for the last 24 hours since the story broke. Is this a scam? Is the Chandrababu Naidu government suggesting that all this has happened because the earlier Jagan government indulged in some kind of scam because of the manner in which the contract was given to the cheapest supplier, the lowest bidder, at just 319 rupees a kilo?
Well, Abhishek, we are right outside the Tirumala temple where you see thousands of devotees who visit every day. Well, now a question has arisen on the Asta, on the belief of there, where people here take the Laddu Prasad from here, everyone who comes. And that has been distributed. But right now, I'll just pan around and show you the scenario here, how people have just, on daily basis, this is the scenario here. But definitely now the question larger remains is that, was there a fish oil, was the beef used during Jagan Mohan Reddy's regime in the Laddu of which is being distributed to these thousands of devotees who visit the Tirumala temple every day. And also at the same time, the NDDB report very clearly shows the findings, the substance of fish oil being used. And also at the same time, what we have been seeing is that the Jagan Mohan Reddy or the YSRCP has been clearly denying these allegations. Well, they say that this is nothing but a political vendetta which has been done by Chandrababu Naidu to damage the religious sentiments of the people, of all the Hindus. And also at the same time, well, not only Jagan Mohan Reddy but also the former ex-TTD chairperson, the Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam chairperson, Y.V. Subba Reddy, has also said that there is nothing as such, and if they want, he will go and sworn in front of the God Lord Venkateshwara and make sure that there is nothing as such, and all these are false allegations, is what Y.V. Subba Reddy has to say. So, well, definitely a lot of questions still remain to be answered, but also at the same time what we have been seeing is that Nara Lokesh, TDP, very clearly saying that they will continue to probe into this and strict action will be taken against those who are involved in such a thing where fish oil and beef is said to be found in the Laddu Prasad, which is being distributed to thousands of devotees.
Yeah. Aneri, stay with us. In fact, there is a document which we are breaking and which is, I believe, one supplied by the dairy, the contractor itself, where they are in their defense claiming that they carried out all the checks and that in their own tests, no adulteration has been found. It's becoming a dairy versus dairy war, it seems. So the AR Dairy, and they have carried out their own report, and they are saying that no, the ghee is not adulterated, and that we refute the test report of NDDB, whom to believe. Now let's go back to Aneri. In the time we fix this, okay, Aneri, coming back to you, which side to believe really? The NDDB report, which is obviously a cooperative, a semi-autonomous, semi-government organization, a public body, or the AR Dairy, which is the private supplier, contractor. Obviously, they would bring out a report in their own defense. But it seems the catch is the 319 rupees a kilo ghee. I mean, who gets 319 rupees a kilo ghee? Obviously, there seems to be something to do with that low price and hence perhaps that affecting the quality, right? Are you getting that sense from the ground, Aneri?
Well, definitely larger question is that itself, that why the lowest bidder was given, well, definitely the lowest bidder has to be given the contract, but then what made the Jagan government give the contract to the company which just gives the ghee at rupees 319, whereas Nandini ghee, which has been supplying ghee to Tirumala temple from ages, has not been given contract during Jagan Mohan Reddy's regime. Well, Nandini and also Karnataka Milk Federation had come out with a statement saying that they had not distributed the ghee here at the Nandini ghee at the Tirumala temple. As you can see, devotees taking the laddus from here as the prasad, which we are talking about. Very important sentiment which people have with this laddu here.
Aneri, ask
Yes,
these devotees. Aneri, ask these devotees if they are satisfied with the laddu now, amidst the whole row.
మీరు ఇక్కడ వచ్చినారు, మీరు ఈ లడ్డు తీసుకొని వెళ్తున్నారు, మీరు సాటిస్ఫైడ్ ఉన్నారా లడ్డు విషయంలో?
Not bad.
You have visited this place earlier also. What is the difference you find with this laddu and the earlier laddu which were being given?
Right now, laddu is okay. Before laddu is not very well.
You did not find it satisfying?
Satisfied.
So Abhishek, very clearly people here directly saying that they were not satisfied with the laddus which were given earlier, that is during the Jagan Mohan Reddy's regime. So very clear statements coming in from the devotees itself, which questions the Jagan Mohan Reddy's governance back then when he was in power.
Okay, Aneri, stay with us. It seems clearly the perception is getting to the ground that the earlier laddus had a problem and now they are better. Obviously because of the news cycle, but maybe there is more to it. Another breaking news development connected with it, which is that as per clause 81 of the tender document for the ghee procurement, the Tirupati Devasthanam Trust, the TTD, is entitled to send the samples for testing to an external laboratory. The previous government did not enforce this clause. Therefore, substandard ghee was perhaps gotten into the system or procured. When the new government was sworn in, the same clause was properly enforced, is what sources there in the government are saying. TTD entitled to send samples for test, which earlier was not being done, but is happening now. Let's go to Aneri again, and I'd like to try to understand whether this is just about a clause not being enforced. Aneri, this is another breaking news development. You brought it, I believe. Is it? You think this is true that the earlier Jagan government was not very strict in terms of enforcing the contracts clauses, including clause 81, according to which a sample can be sent to an external laboratory, and that is why this has happened now. The Jagan is really defensive because maybe there was a lack of oversight and nobody was seeing what quality of ghee is going and what quality of products are coming for the prasadam.
Well, definitely a lot of questions which have been raised, and now this information, this breaking information which we are getting is that the TTD clause 81, which is seemed to be enforced by the Chandrababu Naidu government but doesn't seem to be enforced by the Jagan government properly, and that is the reason why we see this question being raised. Well, clause 81 basically is all about providing and testing of the prasadam or the laddus to the devotees for testing basically. I'll just pan around and show the crowd here as well. But when we talk about the clause 81, that's the tender document of the ghee procurement which takes place every 6 months for the procurement of the ghee to make these laddus, and the TTD is entitled to send these samples under clause 81. TTD is entitled to send these samples for testing to the external laboratory. That is what has been done by Chandrababu Naidu after he came back into power in just few months back. In June, Chandrababu Naidu came to power. In July, he has sent these samples. But what we are being told is that during Jagan Mohan Reddy's government, this clause 81 wasn't enforced, wasn't put in force, and that is the reason why they did not send any of these samples. Whereas Jagan Mohan Reddy just some time back held a press conference where he says that during his governance, they had found some of the contractors while not matching, not coming up to the satisfactory mark, and that is the reason why in complete all of the 5 years of Jagan's rule, 18 times they had rejected the companies who did not satisfy or reach the satisfactory mark, is what Jagan Mohan Reddy has to say. Now the clause 81 definitely has been now raising a lot of questions, with Jagan Mohan Reddy not putting that in force.
Okay, thank you so much, Aneri, with all those breakings and developments in connection with the Tirupati Devasthanam Prasadam Laddu Rao, which is, of course, getting bigger. We are not leaving the story. In fact, join at 9 p.m. when Niranjan takes up a debate on which side is telling the truth in the Laddu Rao. Moving on, a very important story in connection with the business side of news cycle. The Delhi Police Economic Offences Wing earlier in the day arrested Deepak Gupta, his brother-in-law of Bharat Pay co-founder Ashnir Grover, over fund misappropriation. And these allegations or these charges have been made. The complaint was in fact made by the present Bharat Pay board. Remember, Ashnir Grover happens to be a co-founder but then ousted from Bharat Pay on charges of corporate misgovernance. And let's go to Soumya. She's reporting from outside the residence of Ashnir Grover, in fact, in Delhi. And Soumya, what more can you share about this development? Is the police still there? Are they talking to the family, or are they talking to Ashnir Grover himself? What are the details?
Well, yes, before we get onto the details, yes, it's enough first that a family member of former Bharat Pay director and co-founder Ashnir Grover has been arrested by the Economic Offences Wing of Delhi Police. Now, if we talk about whether police is still here, right now I'm standing outside Ashnir Grover's residence. There is complete silence here in terms of movement. We also tried to get a word from Ashnir Grover and his wife as well. However, the guards here have said that they are not here at the present at their place. However, if we talk about Deepak Gupta, he's currently kept at Mandir Marg police station. He will be produced in front of CJM Saket Court, where police will seek remand of the accused. And now remember, Deepak Gupta is the husband of Madhuri Grover's sister. Madhuri Grover is Ashnir Grover's wife, who was fired by Bharat Pay as its heads of control. Now, an important point to note here again is that Deepak Gupta was arrested last night. So this is what is happening at the moment at the residence of Ashnir Grover. In terms of movement, there is no movement. And if we take our viewers to a background of this story, Bharat Pay had filed a criminal complaint in December 2022 against 5 accused, naming Ashni Grover, Madhuri Grover, Shwetang Jain. Remember, Shwetang Jain is the brother of Madhuri Grover, Suresh Jain, who happens to be the father-in-law of Ashni Grover, and Deepak Gupta, who happens to be the brother-in-law of both Madhuri and Ashni. Now, another important point to note here is that this is not the first arrest that has been made in this case. This is the second arrest, because the first arrest that was made was of Amit Kumar Bansal, who was accused of being one of the members of the groups that had received 72 crore funds between 2019 and 2021 by the then members of Bharat Pay. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Soumya, with those details. It's still a developing story. We'll keep close tabs on it. And in fact, even the Laddu Rao is not dying down soon amid all the charges and counter charges between the YSRCP and the TDP and the Chandrababu Naidu government, saying that they are going to continue to prosecute this case and take it to its logical conclusion. It's a political war panning out, even as a lot of Hindu religious seers have come out and panned the earlier Jagan government for playing with the sentiments of the Hindu community by its negligence, if nothing else. That note, come to an end of this edition of This Is Exclusive. Short break. Live and Breaking is back on the other side.